Dictatorship. Dictatorship is the form of government derived from the concept of divine authority, which is built on the belief that certain individuals are chosen by the gods or by providence to rule the masses and exercise authority over the less fortunate or so-called inferior peoples. This is the form of governing we find in the biblical records and other sources such as the Egyptian pharaohs, who believed they were products of the gods and were destined to rule people by virtue of birthright. Dictatorship have emerged in every generation and continue to do so to this day. They come in many forms and titles, but the principle and results are the same. A dictatorship is government that concentrates its power and authority in the hands of one individual who wields absolute authority unrestricted by laws, constitution, or any other social, political factor. Dictators are considered despots and usually are driven by personal ambition or private interests. They focus in on themselves and their goals. Self-worship is also common in this form of governing. Historically, dictatorship have never succeeded for long, usually ending in tragedy and chaos. No dictatorship will survive forever. At some point, the people will revolt. The dictatorship is also a twisted attempt by man to re-establish the original form of government established by the Creator in the Garden of Eden, when he delegated total rulership and dominion control to the man. Adam was given absolute power, but the distinction was that his power and dominion were never intended to rule over other human beings but over the animal, bird, plant, and water kingdoms. Whenever the attempt is made to dominate humankind through any form of dictatorship, the natural result is rebellion and resistance. This is natural and always will be. Dictatorship over humanity is not God's original form of government. Communism. As a form of government, communism is a combination of the first two types of governing. Communism is man's attempt to control land and people by the exercise of dictatorship. This is why a communist state repossesses all private property and attempts to enforce productivity through oppression and coercion. It seeks to accomplish this by attempting to legislate love and sharing, an approach that never succeeds because human nature cannot be forced to love or to care. These behaviors result from natural motivation and internal convictions. No law can accomplish that. It is my view that communism is man's attempt to re-establish the kingdom of heaven on earth as given to the first man Adam, but without the involvement of the source of creation himself. In essence, communism is an attempt to establish a kingdom without righteousness. One can find in the writings of Marx and Engels a certain sincerity as they sought to find a way to bring power to the people, proletariat, by wresting that power from the hands of the nobility, bourgeois. It was an attempt to take ownership of land away from the nobles and put it in the hands of the people. They believed in a dictatorship of the people. Great idea? Maybe. The only problem is that government is in the hands of people. Whenever man is involved, government will fail. Communism simply exchanged power by wresting it from the hands of the czars and placing it in the hands of a new set of dictators.